Black Spire Outpost is a haven for smugglers, merchants, and travelers from every corner of the galaxy. War, the fall of the Republic, the rise of the Empire. Black Spire has endured, and the mysterious traitor, Doc Ondar, has weathered it all, thriving on the unique opportunities that abound in the lawless pockets of the galactic fringes. But a new evil rises in the galaxy, one that may threaten even Doc Ondar and Black Spire.
Hey guys, Smurphy here with a brand new discovery, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So this book's a 5-issue miniseries based off Doc Ondar and his hunt for relics. The story based off an amusement park ride, if you will, or attraction at all of your Disneyland parks. Galaxy's Edge takes you through the whole Black Spire outpost and what's kind of going on. There is a guy named Doc who is on a hunt for artifacts, and you don't really know what artifact till later on, and as you're going through, he kind of goes through the history of how he got certain things in his collections. You come to find out it's a Sith relic he's actually looking for, and it's beyond that. It's actually a sword. Yeah, they trace and they tell you the story, and they kind of flip-flap around, which just kind of gets confusing because they're always like, well, here's what happened back then, here's what happened now. But you realize this guy's been around through almost the entire history of the Star Wars world. He's gone with Doc Aphra through some of her archaeology finds that look down the Sith relic. He's met up with Han Solo and Chewbacca. He's met up with Hondo, if you're not familiar with him from Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars. They've even traced it as far back as earlier than that because he got a lot of stuff from his parents, and so he's on this whole hunt to get these relics back, to complete his family heritage, and I guess do his parents justice because they died. So that part of the story is kind of flimsy. The art does fit the writing. Art I like is pretty detailed. You can actually see facial features, facial expressions, which I like. Sometimes some artists don't do that, or they do like the sketchy approach and looks kind of sloppy. This is very clean art and very much represents the feel of it. I thought the artist did a really good job of that. I also feel like he did a really good job representing the dangers that they all went through and the action. So the thing that I loved about the book is also the thing I kind of hated about the book. They jump around a lot, as in you're reading it and all of a sudden you flip a page and they're like, here's a story going on now in present time. Great, cool. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, but wait, here's what happened in the past. So you're like, okay, and then like, oh, here's what's going on now, but also in the past. So by the time you wrap your brain around that this story is going on now and it's a guy telling a story of things that happened in the past, it gets pretty enjoyable. And they do bring up a whole bunch of like OG Star Wars stuff, like I said, again, that I love. Like they're bringing in clone troopers, they're bringing in old fallen Jedi, they're bringing in the New Order, they're bringing in everybody. They even bring in like the space pirates, and you get to see more of like the underside of Star Wars and like the like bosses and like the huts and all that kind of cool stuff of Star Wars, which I love personally. So I think it was done really well. They do a lot of detail into it, and they bring back a lot of OG characters, which I loved. If you are a fan of Star Wars, I would highly recommend this book. Not only is it fun for Star Wars fans alike, but if you're ever planning on going to any Disney, like Land or Disney World theme parks, this is a huge attraction, and the story ties into that attraction. So you're going to get kind of more background story for the site, which is actually pretty cool. The story is interesting, like I said. I thought it was a good read. It's a pretty fast read. The book is very thin, and the story is kind of flimsy, but it's entertaining. If you guys are interested to know more about the Star Wars comic, we do an entire episode on our podcast about that. So feel free to go take a look at it. There will be a link in the descriptions below. So that was my discovery of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And now to my revisit. X-Men Age of X with my personal close friend, Mr. X. Well, would you look at my wrist? Looks like we're out of time.
Well, folks, that's our show. We hope you liked it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the My Big Fat Pull List YouTube channel so you don't miss another episode of one of our shows.
And don't forget, we have a podcast. Make sure you head on over and search out My Big Fat Pull List podcast on any one of your podcast listening platforms.
and help us keep the lights on by heading on over to www.patreon.com/MyBigFatPullList. And you'll know that you can get any one of these amazing shirts right there.
Also, hit us up on all of our social media: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.